I'm like, sorry. I'm looking at the time and like, is it recording? Ah, funny moment. But yeah, I'm gonna do a short video on the topic of how do I deal with my insecurities. We all have them, whether you're guy or female, or male or female, guy or female. It's just a oopsie doopsie video, isn't it? See, I can be positive. But yeah, how do you deal with insecurities? And everyone has them, like I said, but like for me, it's not something I can deal with. It's something that I live with, if that makes sense. Um, well, like I said in the previous videos, it's really hard when you have the insecurity of when people put a requirement on certain things and it makes you feel like, how am I supposed to overcome this? You know, but like one of the things that has helped me is these YouTube videos. Um, and then drawing and color that helps with it. But just being in my own world sometimes helps. But it's really hard to deal with insecurities because we live in a society where there's so much around us, whether it's negativity flowing through or whether it's just toxic stuff or um, positive stuff. There's good side and bad side of how the world is. But anyways, to get off and not get off track, but how do I deal with my insecurities? That one I'm still learning. But for the longest time, I had the trouble when my boyfriend would talk to a female. And that I guess is kind of an update on that. Um because we as women want to control. I mean, there's just that motherly instinct. I'm not saying every woman's like that, but some women just want to know everything what's going on. But I've learned when you step back and you let your guy, you know, um, do his thing and give him the space he needs and talk to the people he wants to. It's not this war. And it's not going you against him and he's going against you. No, you're actually communicating and realize, I like for me, I at least have to talk to the female he's talking to. And if he's friends with her, I have to at least talk to her. Then that has really helped. But yeah, it's worked out a lot easier that way, I feel like. But another thing that is really hard to deal with when you're dealing with insecurities is when you're looking on social media and you see all these beautiful women. And it just bothers me when, like I do pictures. I take pictures. Not just to show off myself, but just to feel good. It feels good to take pictures of yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Um, but I've learned for me, it's really hard to deal with this insecurity issue because um, there's other women out there who are successful, doing great, always positive, and it's like I'm looking at myself and where I'm at, and I just feel crummy inside. I feel like it just cringes. But one thing I noticed too, what doesn't help when people have insecurities, whatever it may be, is not getting on their case about why you feeling like this or you're not very positive. It doesn't help our insecurities. If you know the buttons you're pushing and you're aggravating us, it doesn't help our insecurities. It's like pretty much what I said in the video. It's pretty much if my boyfriend knew um, I really don't like redheads because it triggers insecurity of mine. And, I've learned I am happy with myself. It's just certain things tend to set me off. And I am working on those. But insecurities is not something you can just wake up out of your darkest sleep and like, hey, I'm positive. I mean, I feel like almost my fake video that I did, not my fake video, but talking about fakes. You can't always be happy. You can't always be positive. And like I said, be real, but like with insecurities, find something you love. Find something that makes you happy. But it's just really hard when you got everybody else, climbing up. This is what I felt like last year a lot. You're climbing up the mountaintop, but then you got this other woman who's just more independent, and I know what it's like to be independent. But you got her running behind you, she's getting really close to you, and then pretty much passes you. You're like, what the heck? How am I supposed to succeed in life when, you got people succeeding? And it to me, it not, some people say, when I see people, it's an inspiration, but sometimes for me, it makes me backtrack and just stay where I'm at and stay stuck. Not just to stay stuck, but just it's hard. It's really hard to deal with the insecurity that, you have other women going, and you're like left behind somehow. Something, a chromosome is stuck out of your mind, and you're like, am I really in the right century? Am I really in the right body and right age and stuff? But insecurities is, I don't have a word to give the advice for people on how to overcome it, but I've learned what works for me is just not putting so much time and effort into others. Because, yes, there is a good thing about putting time and effort and helping people and encouraging everybody, but if you lose yourself in the middle of it, what's the point? It's better to take care of yourself and then to just find yourself backtracking. So I've learned just to slow down a little bit, focus on the things I need to get accomplished so I can be that person at the top of the mountaintop and not just stuck in the mud. That's my take on that.